morning, County Leadership. Richard from Sassoon. Once again, it appears that you do not respect the facts and the truth regarding why armed deputies are present in this room, who ordered them, and exactly under what circumstances have they been placed here. On the 25th, the facts show that on the 25th of January, you were presented with a letter inquiring as to why armed deputies had been present at previous meetings. That means early January, not late January. And on the 25th, you also, for the first time, regrettably, started complaining that there was an extremist political symbol on the back of one of the sign-in cards, okay? Note the date, 25th of January, okay? That's when you were presented with a letter inquiring thereof, okay? And it refers to the past meetings. That you have used this pretext, this phony pretext and justification repeatedly, okay? Over and over at these meetings, you've said it's because you sound like a minor bird. I saw a swastika. I saw a swastika. Okay? It doesn't fly, guys. You've got to either say it was Sheriff Stanton or yourselves that ordered it, and you've got to tell the truth, okay? We can't accept this, okay? You're being presented again with more letters requesting, inquiring from your constituents, us, as to the facts and circumstances here, okay? So far what you've told us, it doesn't jive with the reality, okay? We have video evidence of these armed deputies. You know, they're here at great expense in this room, okay? It costs us money. We want to know why. Are you threatened? Are we threatened? Okay, we want the truth. Okay, that said, let's move on. Last week we were treated to this disgusting theater of the absurd and this ridiculous award from the County Bar Association to the County Council, okay? That has all the appearances of favoritism and bias, okay? And it seems to be aimed at private citizens. Now we have the county lawyers with the private lawyers together going, aren't we wonderful, okay? Now as a private citizen comes forward and tries to get justice, what do you think that appearance is, okay? It means that they're not going to get justice. It means that the lawyers in this county are working with the government actively to serve the government's interest and the private lawyer's interest. The private lawyer's interest, in case you want to know, is they want money, okay? Lots of money. Their demands for money is insatiable. The government wants to just have its heavy-handed way to marginalize or to hurt its citizens, okay? Now, when you have citizens that come forward with grievances and claims, how are they going to have confidence in what how the government is going to handle it if the government lawyers and the private county lawyers are together slobbering over each other, fawning over each other, and, you know, awarding each other, okay? It's an appearance of a system of mutual admiration, mutual love, you know, mutual protection. Thank you. Thank you.
You guys were presented with a letter, which I still haven't gotten an answer to in writing, and I'm back with another one, which I just presented to the clerk. I'm sure you guys can get a copy of it from her. But anyway, it says, concerning armed plain clothes deputy sheriffs at the Board of Supervisors meeting, it says, dear supervisor, we presented you with a letter dated January 24, 2011, on January 25th, 2011, on behalf of the Central Solano Citizen Taxpayer Group, inquiring about the unexplained presence of plainclothes deputy sheriffs at Board of Supervisors meeting. At the last Board of Supervisors meeting on February 22nd, Supervisor Spearing stated that he was being called for security due to a swastika being drawn on the back of Speaker's signing card. This, however, doesn't explain the plainclothes deputies being present before Supervisor Spearing made his first statement regarding this matter on January 25th. We have a video plainclothes deputies present at an earlier Board of Supervisors meeting before this time on January 11th. Supervisor Spearing's statement saying he called for security on January 25th doesn't seem to be congruent with the facts of chronology, which we have video evidence. Regardless, we asked in the January 25th letter for an explanation of your actions. To date, no credible explanation has been produced. Therefore, we ask once again for an explanation in writing, please. So I hope this time we get something in writing. Also, I'd like to second the comments that Mr. Giddings made about attorneys being real cozy with government attorneys. In the real estate industry, you're supposed to have an arm's length relationship with people. If you get people that are too cozy, there's more potential for conflict of interest. And I think that that's something that the
And injustices. Corruption and injustice.
Getting too cozy is not such a good thing for the public. And the public pays bills, so the public needs to get the money for it.
Hear, hear.
095 Fairfield, California, where Mr. Don Pippo won by 7 votes. I come to you with some prepared notes, but I see what's going on here, and I'm, sometimes, Mr. Chairman, I think I'm in a movie. Like tonight, I can't wake up. Because you're usurping people's constitutional rights, cutting people off at the mic. You can't be a little more cordial, say, finish up. You cut them off. You do me after 2 minutes and cut them off too. Well, I come to you off the plane last night from Phoenix, Arizona, where I attended the Tea Party Patriots Policy Summit, where over 5,000 concerned American citizens, good concerned American citizens, are planning on the strategy for this year. And one of the strategies is to get back to the local municipalities and boards the fact that, number one, believe that you're not limiting government, you're increasing government, that you're spending, you're excess spending, you're out of control.
Ham-fisted ways.
3 minutes is not really enough time, but I'm not going to go off there. I'm just going to say to you that people are watching you. I also have it's great about going to Phoenix for the weekend. I made some great contacts, and one of them I made was with the Pacific Legal Foundation, which agrees to represent citizens in this kind of situation. So contact my days when I get back home. Over 1,000 attorneys have volunteered their services across the United States of America to stand up for us.
Hear, hear.
We feel, as citizens, we are not being represented.
Hear, hear.
We feel our constitutional rights are being usurped by these timers and intimidation from the board, and we'll see how that plays out. I don't think it's going to be good for the county. Anyway, also our main theme for the weekend was to educate. As a former teacher and a former real estate broker license holder still for 25 years, we need to educate. So I'm going to start with a little quote from James Madison, which says, from one of our founding fathers, it says, "The essence of government is power, and power, lodged as it must be in human beings," that's you guys, "will ever be liable to abuse." So we as citizens see a lot of abuse going on this board, this 3-member controlling board, 3-2 record, 3-2 decisions. We feel, I got about 10 seconds here. I want to hit what Mr. Giddings and Mr. Gwynn said about these attorneys being too cozy with each other. There's this whole thing smacks of conflict of interest.
Yeah, and corruption. Corruption.
In the future, you're going to hear more about it. Thank you.
Injustices.